Hello, this is Paranormal Girl, and today I'm going to talk about something different. For all you supernatural fans, I will talk about Castiel, the archangel from the show. So I found this website for all you supernatural fans, and let's have a little talk about Castiel. So I'll read this little piece that I found on him from the show. So Castiel, often shortened to Cass, is a powerful angel of the Lord who was responsible for saving Dean Winchester from hell. On the archangel's command, it was his job to help prevent Lilith from breaking the 66 seals that, once broken, would release Lucifer from his cage in hell. Once Castiel learnt that the angels wished to free Lucifer anyway, he defied his angelic brethren and died trying to help Dean prevent Sam Winchester from breaking the last seal. After he was killed by the archangel Raphael, Castiel was resurrected by God and joined Sam. Dean and Bobby Singer, in a quest, prevent the brothers from becoming the vessels of Michael and Lucifer. Castiel would later be killed by Lucifer, but his actions allowed Sam to trap both archangels away. With the apocalypse averted, Castiel was again resurrected by God with new powers, being promoted to seraph. He then started a civil war in heaven to prevent Raphael from restarting the apocalypse. Thinking he could not be outsmarted by a demon, Castiel teamed up with Crowley to claim the souls of purgatory. He ended up betraying Crowley and absorbed all the souls, resulting in his powers reaching the level that is much higher than an archangel, but at a high price. The powers and the evil souls granted with him had warped Castiel's mind, causing him to proclaim himself as the new god. Castiel later agreed, on the advice of Dean, to release the souls back into purgatory. While seemingly successful, it turned out that one of the most powerful entities, the Leviathans from purgatory, held on to Castiel and overpowered and took control of him. When the Leviathans leave to take over new forms, Castiel was presumed dead, but survived, apparently resurrected by God yet again. Dean later accidentally finds Castiel as an amnesiac healer called Emmanuel. After taking on Sam's madness and experience in hell in order to save the Winchesters and redeem himself for what he did to Sam, Castiel had become insane and fell into a coma. However, he awakens, and his sanity is returned to the extent when a signal was sent to all angels upon the discovery of the word of God and the appointment of a new prophet. He then aids the Winchester brothers against Dick Roman, only to be transported to purgatory with Dean. While Dean returns, Castiel has not returned with him. While his condition is initially unknown, it's revealed that he spent most of his time running from Leviathans, that he didn't escape purgatory with Dean, and he had planned to stay as a form of penance. However, he was eventually released from the monster realm by the incursion of angels under the orders of the mysterious but powerful angel named Naomi, and we would rejoin the Winchester brothers and try to become a hunter himself. But after a long while, Castiel learnt that Naomi had been controlling him ever since she had got out of purgatory, and compelling him to find the angel tablet at any cost, even going as far as killing Dean. When he almost did so, after that, Castiel then teamed up with Metatron, and when the angel convinced him to help him close the gates of heaven, so after collecting the heart of the Nephilim and the bow of Cupid, Metatron is eventually captured by Naomi and escapes and kills her, only for Cass to discover Metatron's betrayal and plan to cause all angels in heaven, even the imprisoned ones, to fall to earth. After being stripped from his grace by Metatron in order to expel all the angels from heaven, Castiel spends the next 3 months on earth as a human. After being captured and tortured by an angel called Malachi, Castiel steals the grace of Theo and returns to his original status as an angel, previously being promoted as a seraph. Castiel later assists Dean with expelling the angel Gadriel from Sam and heals Sam's wounds. After Dean leaves with Crowley to find a way to defeat Abaddon, Castiel also leaves to begin a search for Metatron and Gadriel while being pursued by other angels, and eventually kills rebel leader Bartholomew and assumes command of his faction, but a deception of Metatron's makes him lose his army, but instead teamed up with his angels. Gadriel and Hannah to infiltrate heaven and destroy the angel tablet, cutting off Metatron's power to allow Dean to kill him. Though successful, Dean and Gadriel were killed, while Castiel locked up Metatron. He has currently left heaven and he doesn't want to be a leader, and was dying due to his burning out grace before Crowley saved him from Andina's grace. He has since reclaimed the last of his own grace and restored to full power and being a seraph once again. After the release of the darkness and the trauma he suffered under Rowena MacLeod's spell, Castiel agreed to act as the vessel for Lucifer, to walk the earth once more so Lucifer could battle the darkness. Castiel would remain Lucifer's vessel for months, only emerging briefly to save Sam's life and convince the angels to help against the darkness. At the end of the conflict with the darkness, Lucifer was exorcised from Castiel by the ancient being, leaving Castiel in control of himself once more. During this time he finally found God, who returned to defeat the darkness as well, which was accomplished by Dean. Following Lucifer's exorcism from him, Castiel would dedicate himself to finding the fallen archangel and locking him away, blaming himself for Lucifer being free upon the earth once more. This task caused Castiel to reluctantly work closely with Crowley, who also desired Lucifer gone. Following Lucifer's apparent defeat, Castiel dedicated himself to hunting down Lucifer's son Jack, a dangerous Nephilim. After a battle with Dagon that resulted in Castiel's brief empowerment by the child, Castiel became convinced of the child's supposed goodness and chose to become his protector and guide, forsaking the Winchesters in the process. While trying to lock Lucifer in an alternate reality, Castiel was killed once more by the fallen archangel. Following his death, Castiel was then sent to the empty, where all angels and demons go when they die, to sleep for eternity. He was awoken from his eternal slumber when Lucifer's son Jack called his name. He was soon expelled from the empty by the cosmic entity, due to interfering with the latter's slumber and demanding his release, allowing him to be resurrected as a result. Castiel soon reunited with the Winchesters and Jack to help them out in their hunter cases. He later met with Lucifer, who returned from the other world, and warned him about the invading alternate Michael. While in debate over recruiting Jack, Castiel and Lucifer were captured by Asmodeus, with Castiel being used as a bargaining chip for the Winchesters. Castiel escaped and was betrayed by Lucifer, who nearly killed him, but he retaliated before the latter fled, and Castiel returned to Sam and Dean to warn them about impending threat. Castiel was also reunited with his brother Gabriel, who wanted no part in the conflict, as Castiel set out to locate him to get him to help in restoring heaven. Very soon, Gabriel joined the team, and after they capture Lucifer, they travel to Apocalypse World and find Jack and Mary. The group are also aided by Lucifer. After he escaped, decided to help out. Castiel evacuated with the others back to Earth, but at a cost of Gabriel. They faced a new problem as Michael made his way there, and Castiel finally met his enemy, who tossed them aside. However, Jack wounded Michael, while Lucifer extracted Jack's power, but Dean agreed to be Michael's vessel and kill Lucifer at the cost of losing his body. Castiel's legacy is seen to have become legendary amongst angels and demons alike, as many recognize him as the only angel who defied God's rules and cooperated with humans on his own decision, which he is either loathed or respected for. He is also the only angel to have been killed and been resurrected multiple times. He is the only angel who has repeatedly been resurrected by God, so he could help Sam and Dean Winchester. So, that was the Castiel from the show Supernatural. But let's have a look at the real Castiel. Well, actually, his name wasn't Castiel. His name was actually Cassiel. We'll have a little look about the actual archangel Cassiel. So who is Cassiel? And it says, out of the darkness came light, and from that light were born the archangels, those who would lead the orders of God's angels, those who would perform the most important tasks in God's great plan for his greatest creation, mankind. And the brightest of the angels shone, Cassiel, meaning speed of God, angel of temperance. And the history of Cassiel. Cassiel is a member of the Order of Archangels and is, in this capacity, the ruling prince of the seventh heaven. And the seventh heaven is considered to be the holiest of all holies, and it is where God sits on his throne. As Cassiel is the prince, he is in charge of who may or may not enter the seventh heaven. This goes in line with the fact that, unlike other archangels, Cassiel watches the goings-on of the universe without interference, and also the association with being the guardian of the threshold between our world and the next. Death of Kings. While he is recognized as principally a watcher of the doings of mankind, Cassiel is also tasked with presiding over the death of kings. In addition, he is said to have a special position of watching over those who would otherwise be overlooked. In those two capabilities, he would seem to have responsibilities at polar ends of the spectrum on the earthly plane, while presiding over the disposition of all souls who would present themselves before God in the next. Patronage. Cassiel is the patron angel of all manner of overlooked people and those in weakened states. These include orphan children and the enslaved, the poor, and the downtrodden, those who are oppressed by others, the oppressed, and those who have been unjustly persecuted. As the patron angel of the downtrodden and oppressed, Cassiel's influence can be seen and felt when someone is at their lowest ebb. When an orphan feels like there is no future, he will whisper that they are not alone. When a parent loses a child and cannot see beyond the tears, Cassiel will intercede to help wipe them away, and so they may see to the next day. And when a person feels there is nothing at all left to live for, Cassiel lifts them and bears them forward. As a flawed species, mankind needs the love and support of Cassiel, and he shoulders our burdens for all of us until we can carry ourselves again. Most of all, he's the angel that teaches serenity and temperance, so that individuals may open themselves to receive the flow of divine light within themselves. Cassiel is also similarly known in the Islamic faith, but as he is the guardian in the seventh heaven and knowledge of that place is forbidden to mortals, there is very little Islamic specific information available. So what does Cassiel look like? The real Cassiel appears as a bearded man wearing a crown to represent that he is a prince of heaven. He is often shown riding a dragon and carrying the spear with which he is associated. So, how to contact your angels? So I found a very lovely page here, all about how to contact your angels. So it reads, you've always been able to link with your guardian angel during your childhood, and you may have had an imaginary friend. If so, this was probably your guardian angel. And during this development phase, you will have actually talked to and listened to what your angels had to say. As you began to develop, you were forced unintentionally by your parents to renounce imaginary friends and concentrate on the physical world with its needs for formal education and knowledge. Some of us have retained this natural communication skill that we have all had during our early years, but the majority of us have lost this ability to link with our angels. So now you must re-establish your early mindset and understand that from this point forward, for the rest of your life, that you do have the actual ability to talk to your angels. You never lost it. It was just forgotten. Now, you can restore this skill in order to link with your angels. And these are to request guidance to assist you on your life's journey, how to develop your spiritual side, gain a better understanding to those problems that come against you, understand that God wants us to awaken within ourselves the living spirit of love and to express that love in all that we do, and to help you remove or reduce the impact of negative aspect in our life. Angels do not normally communicate through spoken words. They use a form of mental communication. Call it telepathy if you like. Angels do use symbols, and they can also express thoughts directly into our unconscious minds, which may communicate itself in feelings or regularly incurring similar thoughts. Your angels are ready, willing and able to help you. Remember, you must ask for help to get it. Angels like ritual, and when there is time to be performed, but in emergencies, just a sincere request will do. Do not ask for specific solutions. Rather describe the situation you find yourself in and ask them to watch over, guide and comfort you. Leave the solution to them. You may ask your angel to help others. However, they are your angels and were given the task of helping you. You have the free will, therefore. The angels will never interfere in your life. They will only offer direct suggestion. It is you who makes the final choice of direction. Only ask for what you honestly feel is justified. Do not request things that can be obtained through normal channels simply by your own effort. If it does not feel right, it probably isn't. And finally, always thank your angels when guidance have been given. Talk to them often, and your link will grow stronger and stronger. So how do we do this? Let's have a look at the method. What you have to do is clear and calm your working area, and you can do this by visualizing the room being bathed in a pure white light, or even the color of your teaching angel, sun or moon angel. To establish your Mon angel, you may lie down or sit in a comfortable chair. Choice is yours. You will not be performing a ritualistic invocation of your angel, just setting the scene for communication to be enhanced. Now complete the following actions. Relax. Complete a few deep breaths, concentrating on eliminating any tension from all parts of your body. Place your arms by your side and check to see if any tension has returned to your body. If so, undertake a couple more deep breaths to remove the tension. Try to clear your mind of any invading thought. Now mentally call out your angel's name and number any number of times. Repeat it again in your mind the same number of times. Start visualizing or seeing your angel in your mind's eye. Call your angel's name again mentally, and think of the assistance that you wish him or them to assist you with. Keep these images in your mind as long as you can. Initially 2 minutes is fine if you can, but as you grow more accustomed to the exercise, you will be able to visualize your angels for 10 minutes or longer with complete ease. Finally, speak aloud to your angels. Describe your problems verbally in as much detail as possible. Continue this for as long as you feel comfortable. Relax once again and clear your mind. Then thank your angels. And when you know you have contacted your angels, during the final stages of the exercise, you will know when you have contacted your angels, when you experience some or all of the following. You may experience a tingling energy in your limbs, a sudden sense of relief, and an unusual calm within. A sensation that you have been in touch. A sensation that you have been touched on your face or hand. You may hear a tinkling sound within the room you are using. If there is a mirror in the room, you may hear the sound like the glass has been pinged. You may feel suddenly quite calm. There are other signs that the angels use to contact you. However, these cannot be described. Remember, you are never alone. Call your angels and they will come if you open your heart to them. Prepare your psychic channels, and finally, have faith.